Welcome to our Google AdWords tutorial. In our 5th video, we'll set up a new keywords-targeted advertising campaign. In this video, I'm going to walk you through setting up a new keywords-targeted advertising campaign for your account. Begin by simply clicking on Keyword Targeted. And let's go through the options. As it mentions, you can copy your settings from an existing campaign, but let's not do that at this stage. First, we'll name the campaign. Since we already have an antique table campaign, let's call this new one Antique Chairs. Then, of course, we need ad groups for the campaign, so let's say for this one we select Antique Chair as the main tab for one of our ad groups. And scroll down. Which language are we going to be targeting? We'll stick with English. And once again, we'll choose countries and territories and click on Continue. Since we're advertising a United Kingdom antique site in this example, and it ends in .uk, it's probably best that we just advertise that site. So we'll just leave it the United Kingdom in this example. You can, of course, choose whichever other country you want. For example, we can click on Australia and add, but if you don't want that, you can select it and click Remove. Now let's continue. Now we will select which type of ad we want. The most popular type is text ad, but you also have the option of image ad, which is a graphic, local business ads, mobile text ads, and in-page video ads, but some of these advertisement options get very advanced, so we'll stick with the tried and true text ad. Headline. And we're advertising antique chairs, so let's just say, looking for antique chairs. Oh, we've run out of space, so let's just leave it as antique chairs. In description line 1, let's put in, are you looking for antique? Are we going to run out of room? No, it just fits. Are you looking for antique chairs? And do we have room for a question mark? Yes, we do. So for the second line, let's say you may find this site helpful. Now let's add the display URL. I'll just right-click and paste since I have it in the Windows clipboard. Remember that display URL is what appears here. But destination URL is where you're actually sending the person who clicks on your ad. Google frowns on sending someone to a completely different site than the display URL, of course, because that makes your ad misleading. But there's no harm in having your display URL as your home page effectively, and having the destination URL as a more targeted page. For example, if they were looking for antique chairs, your home page may not be the most relevant page on your site. So you may want that to be your display URL, but actually send them to the landing page /antiquechairs.html. Google really does strive to give the visitors relevance, so it would be quite happy with something that looks like this. For now, for the sake of demonstration, this is just an example URL, so let's not send visitors to any subpages. So we'll click on Continue, and it does a quick check of the text for things like multiple exclamation marks or strange punctuation. Now there's our ad, and we can choose to edit it or delete it if we wish. We can also create multiple ads, but we can do that later when we're actually editing the campaign. Now we're to the point where we need to choose keywords. I'll keep it simple and add antique chair. I'll cover this in more detail later, but let's very quickly go through the matching types. What that means is that you can specify exactly when your ad should appear. If you put in antique chair, your ad will appear whenever someone types antique and chair anywhere in their search phrase. Let me give you an example. I'll open up a new window. Now here on the Google main page, if someone were to type in antique, table, or chair, you see that the words antique and chair are not together, but they're included in the whole phrase. When you don't put any punctuation around your keywords, Google will look for antique and chair anywhere and in any order in what's being searched. So antique could come before chair or vice versa, and there could be multiple words between them. That's what's called a broad match. You can also include as a keyword what's known as a phrase match. Start with double quotation mark, antique chair, and close quotes. And just for your interest, down here, let's click on Advanced Option Match Types. It details the matches. Keyword with nothing around it equals broad match. Keyword in brackets equals exact match. Keyword in double quotes equals phrase match. And a very advanced feature, minus sign keyword equals negative match. For example, if you didn't want your ad to appear when anyone searched for free. So let's implement those. We already have antique chair as a broad match, in quotes as a phrase match. Let's put it in brackets for an exact match. Again, I'll go through these in more detail later, but this is just a quick overview of some matching types. Finally, let's add a negative keyword, minus free. If someone searches for free antique chair, we don't want our ad to appear. Again, the broad match, the phrase match, shows your ad whenever antique chair appears together anywhere in the match. For example, if I were to put, I want an antique chair, that matches my phrase match because both words appear together and in that exact order. They could be at the start, in the middle, or at the end, but they have to be together in that order. Then there's exact matching. This will make the ad appear only when this exact phrase and nothing else is entered. So with exact matching, this search phrase wouldn't match. It would only match if we delete this and search only for antique chair. Finally, there's negative keyword. So if someone entered free along with antique chair, our advertisement would not appear. Until you get familiar with them, these different matching options can be a little confusing. No rule applies 100% of the time, but there can be advantages to taking your keywords and having them as a broad match, a phrase match, and an exact match. And you can add negative keywords if you wish as well. Okay, let's continue.